Hi everybody, I'm Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me for a new simple stamping video. Hey, today I've got a really simple card, but it has a great purpose. Guys, today's card is all about sending a gift to those who are grieving. So the sentiment on this card simply says, thank you for your kind expression of sympathy. Let's think about this for a minute. How many times have we talked to someone who's just lost a loved one and we say to them, is there anything I can do to help? And they say no. You know what? There is something that you can do. Cards like this are something that they definitely are going to need. They're going to be receiving a lot of meals, flowers, things like that, and they're going to need cards to send out to say thank you. So why not give them the gift of those cards? It's a very simple card to put together. What I love is we're going to be using up some of that designer series paper that we have. I've got 3 different cards to share with you. Let's get started. Let's go over the supplies you need for today's simple stamping card. I'm going to be using mint macaron as my card base. That is cut 8.5 by 5.5 and then scored at 4 1/4 inch. I have 2 pieces of Whisper White. This is for the outside of the card, 3 3/4 by 5 inch. For the inside of the card, 4 inch by 5 1/4. Designer series paper. The beauty of today's card is anything goes. So this is a great way to start using up some of that designer series paper you might have. I'm using the Subtles collection, and this piece is cut 3.5 by 4 3/4 inch. Now cards like this need that little extra something. I'm going to be using the crumb cake. This is our classic weave ribbon, and I'm just going to need 1 knot for every card. And when you're giving away a set of cards like this to someone, you are going to want to include the envelopes. I'll be using the Kindness and Compassion stamp set today. You notice this is strictly a sentiment set. But guys, this is one that I've actually used quite a bit. I do love that I have sympathy with heartfelt gratitude, but I really loved this thank you for your expression of sympathy. So you can see our designer series paper will just layer on that Whisper White. But before we layer it, we are going to stamp and die cut. I'm going to use a crumb cake ink pad. I will stamp thank you for your kind expression of sympathy right there in the middle. I'll take that other piece of Whisper White. We'll stamp our inside sentiment. And I am going to bring in a die set. Now, a lot of times on my simple Saturdays, I don't bring in the dies. But guys, this is probably my hands down all-time favorite die set because we have so many different shapes. And this is the stitch shape framelits. I'm going to use that large oval. And you see my sentiment fits nicely in there. I will run that through my die cutting machine. Now, if you do not have a die cutting machine, you can just cut a rectangle 3 inches by 2 inches. I've put snail adhesive or your favorite adhesive on the back of my designer series paper. I'm now going to attach that to the front of my card. All right, I'm going to take my sentiment and we'll put that in the center. And then to attach my ribbon knot, I'll just press that onto a mini glue dot and add it up there. And I can add my inside sentiment to the card. Very, very pretty. So here you can see I did another version with some of the Gingham Gala designer series paper in a balmy blue background. This one I thought looked really nice. This is the one I just cut from the rectangle, the 2 by 3 rectangle. I added a layer on crumb cake and I thought that one looked very nice as well. I just wanted you to see some variety. So you can see I could easily make maybe about a dozen of these cards and give them as a gift to someone as they deal with the grieving process, because it is so nice for them to have that option to send those cards. There you go. So 3 different versions of the card, but guys, I could have gone on and on and on. I don't think I mentioned that designer series paper is actually the Wood Textures designer series paper. Like I said, a great way to start going through some of that designer series paper. Just change up the colors as you need for the cards, but they're still all going to look the same. They're all going to fit together so nicely in a little gift box or you could just put them in a cello bag and tie it up. But I'm telling you, this is going to be a gift that is really going to touch someone. And now when they say, no, there's nothing you can do, you've really got something that you can do. Guys, we're paper crafters. This is what we do. And what a great way to give back to someone who's really hurting. Now, if you want to see more details about today's cards, or perhaps you want to order that stamp set, here's what you can do. Just head over to simplysimplestamping.com. Look for the June 1st, 2019 blog post. I'll have the cards there. I'll have those measurements as well. So if you need to jot any of those down, you can do that. June 1st at simplysimplestamping.com. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up on YouTube. I always appreciate that. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, take a minute to click that great big red subscribe button. It's so easy. It takes like half a second at the most, right? Click and you're done. And then YouTube will let you know when I'm back with a new video. Guys, thank you again for being here. I hope you have a fabulous day and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.